Hey guys, this is Madman212. I'm here coming at y'all with another deck profile of Fire Fist. Um, Recently I've picked up the deck because bears were cheap and I got a good deal on getting some Wolfbergs, and uh, I got a friend that played this deck for me and it actually did pretty well for today. I was Shout outs to Brighton. He was the one that played this deck and he did really well with it. No lie. So I thought I might do this deck idea just for those that don't know what the deck is or that's trying to learn a little bit about the deck. I'll just get a little basic info about it. So just a little basic build and just something like that. Alright. First off, 3 Bear, the main card for this deck. Oh, by the way, it's going to be the 4 axis build, so throwing it out there. Um, Bear pretty much is the monster that blows up monsters, well, other monsters on your opponent's side of the field, or even your side of the field if you use Fire Kings. And when it does battle damage to your opponent, you get to set a Fire Formation spell. Usually, you set either Tinky, or if you already used Tinky for a turn, you use Tensu, or the other Yoko or Gyoko. So this is the main card to use in his deck. Next, 2 Dragons. This card is a reborn for all of the Fire Fist monsters. When a Fire Formation spell trap is played, you can set a Fire Formation trap card from your deck to your side of the field, pretty much. And you can send 2 Fire Formation spell traps from your side of the field to the grave to special summon a Fire Fist monster from your graveyard. So, with that being said, you can always bring back that bear that you had, that spent bear if it got destroyed whatsoever, or you can get a boar, whatever Fire Fist monster that's in your grave. Next up, 2 Gorilla, the back row popper. I don't need 3. You really don't need 3, but even 1's pretty good. Just 2 is just for the monster lineup. He pretty much the same thing as Bear, but he does back row, and if he destroys a monster by battle, I get to set a Fire Formation spell, a trap. So he's pretty much the same thing as Bear, but just different effect and different ways of getting stuff. Next, 2 Leopard, the searcher for me to get my Tinky or my Tensu or whatever Fire Formation spell or trap that I need. By distributing a Fire Fist monster, I can get a Fire Formation pretty much. Next, 1 Boar. He's the only tuner that I use in this deck. Well, besides Valor, this is the tuner I use to go into Crimson Blader or into Kieran, or I can exceed go into my rank 4s. But this card's really good, especially since it's a tuner, just a synchro power. Like it. Next, 2 Coach Soldier Wolfbark. This card's really good, especially for this deck. Since I'm running a 4 axis build, I pretty much can revive back my level 4s each turn, and I can utilize that to exceed into my rank 4s like Tiger King or Cowboy or even Cardinal if I have 2 other Fire Fist monsters on the field. So this card's really good, and he's a Beast Warrior, so he's searchable by Tinky. Next, Blaster. I just chose this card because it's pretty much I can pop my opponent's stuff, especially if I don't need a Fire Fist monster or a fire monster in my hand, and I can just blow up stuff, and then I can special summon a free level 7 monster with my fires stacking up in the grave, and 2800 attack, can't beat that. And 2 Effect Veilers, just to negate my opponent's stuff. And it's also level 1 tuner, so it goes with Blaster. I can go into Stardust or whatever level 8 I can go into. Well, Crimson Blade or Stardust is what I'm running so far. Next off, we'll go to spells. 2 Tinky. You can only run 2 because of the ban list. Pretty much the searcher of the deck, and it gives all your Beast Warriors a 100 power boost, which is not bad. Tensu, is the additional normal summoner, and it also gives them a 100 power boost. Also target for Gorilla and all your other Fire Fist monsters. So good. 1 Gyoko. I had 2 at one point, but 2 kind of clogged me up, but 1 seems like it's fine. Pretty much stops your opponent from playing set cards, especially the set cards that can really wreck you, like Mirror Force, Torrential Tribute, Bottomless, whatever card that they have set, just to stop their set spells or traps from them to having an answer to your monsters. So this card's good for that. 2 Onslaught. I just, like I said again, I took out one of my Gyokos and I just replaced it with another Onslaught. Pretty much to special summon my Fire Fist or my Beast Warriors, so that way I can get a better field advantage of spamming if I want to sink or if I want to exceed. That way I can have that ability of control on the field. So this card helps. Just for staples, 2 Lances, just for situational moments when they're attacking my bear or attacking my gorilla. Book of Moon, 2 MST, and Dark Hole, just my destruction cards. Next we go to the traps. 2 Tensen. This card pretty much gives whatever Fire Fist monster I choose 1,000 boost, the 700 from its effect, then an additional 300 for staying on the field, giving other Beast Warriors a 300 power boost. So this card's really good. 2 Fiendish Chains, another negation card. I know I have Effect Veiler in here, but this card is just in case you don't have Effect Veiler on board, and this card is on the field, and it can stop your opponent from activating any effects whatsoever. 2 Threatening Roars. It's a chainable card. It's a chainable trap that I use to so I can have a little bit more what's that word? They can better utilize this, so if they MST, I could threaten and roar that same turn. Well, not the turn it was set, but just, you get the picture. It's just chainable. And just Compulse, Bottomless, Torrential, Solemn Warning, and Starlight Road. Just stuff that you could play only one of, and you only need one, like Starlight Road, and Warning just to negate stuff, Torrential just to stop spams, Bottomless to get rid of a big monster, and Compulse just to send stuff back to the hand. Next, we're off on the extra deck. I don't have no side deck, so this is what I got. I got 2 Tiger King, the main card to exceed for, especially with the Beast Warriors. You get to set a Fire Formation spell trap when it exceeds summon, and then it's pretty much a skill drain until the end of your opponent's turn. So not only will it be juiced up by the Fire Formation cards that you have in your back row, but it'll also be a great negation for those that have effects whenever you attack with them or something like that. So this card's really good to use. 1 Cardinal. I'm going to try to get a second one, but this card's really good in here as well. Pretty much recycles your Fire Formation spell traps, even your Fire Fist monsters, from your graveyard or on your side of the field back to the deck, and then you could do that to 2 of your opponent's cards. Let's just say a Necrogardener or a title that they need in their graveyard so they can banish and get their other E-Dragon out or something like that, and it's going back into the deck. So they won't be able to do anything about that, and this card just pretty much puts it back into the deck, and they have to go through all the resources or whatever they have to do just to get their card back into their hand or into the place that they need it. So this card pretty much stops some stuff. Next, we just staple Exceeds, Maelstrom for defense. Gagaga Cowboy just for the burn. Steel Swarm Roach, I use this just for E-Dragons so I can negate their stuff. Abyss Dweller, again for E-Dragons and Mermills as well, and also Dark Worlds. So this card's good, is really good in this format. Gemnite Pearl, Big Beater. Daggerstone Emerald, just to recycle my stuff back. Pappy, just so way I can switch face down, face up monsters, face up attack, and lose 600. Master of Blades. I put this in here because, 1, it was just enough space for it because it's 15 in total, and 2, if I have Black Rose, I'm wanting to get one, I can utilize and get in Black Rose and use that and a blaster to exceed into this, and it's just a rank 7 that looks really cool. Yeah, sad to say, I put it here because it looks cool. Next to Synchros, I have Kieran. Pretty much the card that you use with Boar and another Fire Fist monster, and he has a big defense of 2800, and he weakens your opponent's monsters by 100 for each continuous spell and trap you control. So you can have two Fiendish Chains, Fire Information, Tinky, Tinsin, and Tinkin, and your opponent will lose 500 attack, and that'll give you advantage to attack which other monsters. So it's really good. Crimson Blader, because it's a fire type that can be synced up with Boar, and it's also another card that I can use to take out big monsters. Stardust, Starlight Road, again, I can sync into it with Blaster and Fake Veiler. And Allied Justice Catastor. I do run level 4s, and I have Fake Veiler, so this is just a tech, just in case. Well, that's my Fire Fist deck, guys. I know it's probably not one of the best, but oh well, it's what I can do with it. Just leave a comment down below if you have any other deck choices or tech that you can use. I'll be more than happy to use it. I would love to learn how to use it anyway. I got a new laptop. As you can see, I got a little bit better lighting and better camera view if you from my previous videos and stuff like that, because I had to do them in a day. Now I can do them anytime because of my new camera and my new laptop. So yeah, just like I said, leave a comment down below, subscribe, do whatever you can, please. You know, I'm not begging, I'm just saying, you know, help a brother out if you can. This is Madman202 signing out, and I'll see you guys later.